Loving commandments for the two of you, husband and wife. Are you ready? Here we go. Never let work or personal problems alienate you from your husband or your wife, your family or your children. Never let work or personal problems alienate you from your husband or your wife, your family or your children. Be preventative. See into the future. Try to prevent problems occurring with your work or personal problems, Just try. But never let your work or personal problems alienate you from your family, your husband, your wife, your family, your children. Let not the advice of one individual on the outside of your marriage influence you to make any decision that should be rightfully decided by the two of you every time. You and I will decide what is right for us. After consulting with others on the outside, that's all right. If outside assistance and consultation is necessary, hey, sometimes it is, but we're not going to let them dictate what we do. We're going to take their advice and we're going to process it. And we're going to decide on our own, you and me, honey. All right. Advice may be secured from the outside, just as I mentioned, either individually or as a couple, but that information in its whole should be conveyed in its entirety to your loved one again. So the two of you can decide the final outcome of any decision that affects the couple and or the family unit. Communicate. Keep nothing bottled up inside. If you can't open up, there's already something wrong. Talk often, in the morning, during lunch, after work, pillow talk, but talk. You will eventually, so don't delay. You might as well get it out in the open, up front, and seek solutions quickly before anger and resentment develop. Life is about living and loving, not about suffering. And in fact, just a little side note on this communication and, what's on your mind kind of thing. I have a policy, and actually I have just a rule. Listen, if you got something on your mind, come to me now or, a little later, but come to me. It's going to come out anyway. Come to me. Don't delay. Don't hesitate. Don't be afraid. And then what happens is when the other party says, you know what, he said I could come to him. Don't delay. Don't be afraid. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come right to him real quick. I'm going to tell him what's on my mind. And then you talk things out, you resolve things, and then you're back to living, normally, happy-go-lucky. And then that pattern starts to develop with her, guys, where she feels confident to come to you anytime. She looks back on your history together and sees, I remember I came to him like 15 times this year. And I just went right to him. And I started talking to him, what's on my mind. Just do it. We got nothing to hide. Come to me. Talk to me. Whatever's on your mind. Don't hesitate. I want to know. I want to hear. I got 2 ears and I got 1 mouth. That means I'm going to listen more and I'll talk less. What's on your mind, honey? You don't hear a lot of that these days. And for the two of you, there are so many things you could do for each other, to each other, that help lift one another, make each other feel safe, secure, welcomed, warm, loved. Every single day, it's like building a building. Every single day of your relationship, you should lay 1 brick. 1 brick to that building. I don't want to put too much work on you. The point is every single day I'm going to do 1 thing. If I do anything at all, I'm going to do 1 thing. I could do 5, I could do 2, I could do 10, but my goal every single day is just to do 1 thing that promotes love, harmony, communication, affection, growth, comfort. Women in the home living with a man can still be scared. They're living with someone who's taller than them, heavier than them, stronger than them. Guys, we still have the upper hand in a lot of ways. We have to show the one that we love that you don't have to be afraid. I'm so on your side. I'm so behind you. I lift you up. I want to serve you, my dear, honey, wife. And then guess what happens? Women in general, for the most part, they are just automatic, nonstop, caring, loving, nurturing, because that's their nature. And they don't really have it in them to be aggressive or dangerous, because they don't have the physical strength to back it up. A man can be instantly dangerous, instantly deadly with his hands, his body, a look. And so guys, knowing that we have that, and I heard something recently, it was pretty cool. Think of a pendulum that swings both ways, to the left, to the right. To the left, you've got the sweetheart of a man you are, in fact, maybe too much. The masculine swinging too far to the left, too feminine, swinging too far to the right, too dangerous. You need to be right there in the middle, balancing that. You could be dangerous, protective, destructive, which means you can protect your home. Guys, we want to communicate to her that we are on her side. We're behind her. Whatever you want, honey. I love you that much. Whatever you want. And she says, honey, you're the best. I couldn't have picked a better man to be mine. I couldn't have picked a better gal to be mine. We have that in common. All right, let's continue to the next and final audio in this part 5. Find the one for me. And this part 5 is securing the one for you. Securing them, calling them your own. You're mine, I'm yours. I got the paperwork right here that says you're mine and I'm yours. Anyhow, that's all about securing the one for you, taking them off the market of dating and relationships out there. They're exclusively yours, monogamously. You are one. And let's get into this last audio, which talks about wonderful commandments for a happy marriage ever after. It's up next. Let's check it out. And by the way, for you listening to this audio, I'm very proud of you for just listening to this information, taking in 1%, 10%, whatever percent you want that works for you. Everything's different for everybody. This stuff works for me. Does it work for you? Oh, I don't know. I hope it does. We got a lot in common, We're human beings. That said, let's continue to the next audio in this section, and let's close out part 5, securing the one for you with wonderful commandments for a happy marriage ever after. Come on, let's check it out.